Have you ever wondered if the sins of the father truly visit the children even to the third and fourth generation as declared in the Bible? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? This provocative concept is known as generational curses or genetic curses in biblical terms. It suggests that the misdeeds of our ancestors might somehow leave an indelible mark on us, their descendants, shaping our destiny in ways we can scarcely comprehend. Let's delve into the fascinating world of the Bible to explore this concept further. Our first stop is the story of Noah's son Ham, and the curse pronounced on his son Canaan. An engaging tale in the Bible, the story of Noah's son Ham unfolds with a twist. Ham, upon discovering his father in a state of drunkenness and nakedness, chooses not to shield his father's dignity. Instead, he alerts his brothers, Shem and Japheth, to their father's condition. Unlike Ham, they respectfully cover their father without gazing upon his vulnerability. When Noah regains consciousness and learns of Ham's actions, he is filled with disappointment and anger. Instead of cursing Ham directly, Noah pronounces a curse on Ham's son Canaan. Noah declares, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren." This is one of the first instances in the Bible where we see a curse not just affecting the individual who committed the wrong, but also extending to his descendants. The story then shifts focus to the Canaanites, the descendants of Canaan. This curse had a ripple effect, shaping the destiny of the Canaanites in ways that would echo through the ages. The Canaanites were often at odds with the Israelites, the descendants of Shem and Japheth. They were depicted as a people condemned to servitude, a direct result of the curse pronounced on Canaan. This tale of Ham and Canaan raises thought-provoking questions about the nature of curses in the Bible. Are these curses purely spiritual, or do they have a more tangible genetic component? Could a curse, once pronounced, influence not only the life of the individual, but also the lives of their descendants? The story of Ham, Noah, and Canaan paints a vivid picture of the consequences of disrespect and disobedience. It is a stark reminder of the potential legacy one can leave behind, not only in the form of blessings but also as curses. This curse had a profound impact on the Canaanites, a manifestation of a genetic curse. Next, we visit the tale of King David, a man after God's own heart, yet his family was plagued by a series of misfortunes. In the annals of biblical history, King David stands as a towering figure, a shepherd boy who became a king, a warrior who became a poet. Yet, beneath the shining armor of his legacy, we find shadows of tragedy and despair. This chapter of his life begins with a moment of weakness, his adulterous affair with Bathsheba. David, the anointed king, succumbed to temptation, leading him down a path of deceit and murder. This act of betrayal did not go unnoticed by God. As a consequence, the child born of David and Bathsheba's union was struck ill and died 7 days after his birth. This was the first of many calamities that would befall David's household. The repercussions of David's sin continued to echo through his family. His son Amnon committed a heinous act against his half-sister Tamar, which led to his murder by their brother Absalom. Absalom, in turn, fostered a rebellion against his own father, causing turmoil and bloodshed within the kingdom. David's heart was torn apart by the strife within his family. He wept for his lost child, for his disgraced daughter, for his murderous son, each tear a testament to the heavy price of his actions. Yet, amidst the turmoil, David did not abandon his faith. He repented sincerely, expressing his remorse and seeking God's forgiveness. His pleas are immortalized in the Psalms, a testament to his profound regret and his unwavering faith. However, even his earnest repentance couldn't shield his family from the ripple effects of his actions. The seeds of discord sown by his sin continued to bear bitter fruit, leading to strife, rebellion, and death within his household. Despite his repentance, David's family suffered the consequences of his actions, a clear case of generational curse. It serves as a sobering reminder that our actions have consequences that can reverberate through generations, affecting not only our lives but those of our descendants as well. Our exploration takes us next to the story of Jeroboam, the first king of the northern kingdom of Israel. Jeroboam, a man of humble beginnings, rose to power through sheer determination and political acumen. But with great power came great temptation. Jeroboam, swayed by the allure of maintaining his rule, committed a sin that would forever mark his lineage, the sin of idolatry. God had explicitly warned the Israelites against worshipping false gods, yet Jeroboam, in his quest to solidify his reign and prevent his subjects from returning to Jerusalem for worship, created golden calves for them to venerate. He built shrines in Bethel and Dan, leading his people astray from the path of righteousness. This act of defiance did not go unnoticed by God. Through the prophet Ahijah, God pronounced a curse on Jeroboam's lineage. The curse was severe. none of Jeroboam's family would be left to the earth. They would be cut off and uprooted from Israel. This was a divine punishment, a consequence of Jeroboam's actions that would affect not only him but his descendants as well. Jeroboam's story is a powerful reminder of the repercussions of our actions. His sin of idolatry had dire consequences not just for him but for his entire bloodline. His dynasty, once thriving and powerful, met a tragic end. His son Nadab was assassinated and his lineage was wiped out just as the prophet Ahijah had foretold. Despite the warnings and the clear commandments, Jeroboam chose a path of disobedience, a choice that resulted in the downfall of his dynasty. The story of Jeroboam is not just a tale of a king's sin, but a stark warning of the devastating effects of disobedience and idolatry. Jeroboam's dynasty was wiped out, another powerful example of a genetic curse in the Bible. After exploring these biblical stories, what can we conclude about genetic curses? In our journey through the Bible, we've come across several instances of genetic curses. Each one, a testament to the power of actions and their potential repercussions, not just on the individual, but on generations to come. We first delved into the story of Canaan, a tale where the sins of the father led to the curse of the son. The curse was not a result of Canaan's actions, but rather a punishment for his father's indiscretions. This story raises questions about the nature of punishment and the extent to which one's actions can affect their descendants. Next, we explored the curse of King David, a man after God's own heart, yet one who fell from grace due to his own actions. His transgressions led to a chain of unfortunate events that plagued his descendants. This narrative prompts us to ponder on the notion of responsibility and the potential long-term consequences of our actions. We then moved on to the curse of Jeroboam, a man who led his people astray, and whose lineage suffered as a result. His story forces us to consider the impact of leadership and the potential fallout of leading others down a path of wrongdoing. These stories, while ancient, hold powerful lessons for the world today. They invite us to reflect on the concept of generational curses and its implications for our understanding of sin and punishment. They challenge our notions of responsibility, consequences, and the ripple effects of our actions. In essence, these biblical tales of genetic curses underscore the importance of moral conduct, not just for our own sake, but for those who come after us. They serve as a stark reminder of the potential impact of our actions on future generations. Ultimately, whether we consider these as literal curses or symbolic narratives, they compel us to question and reflect. The concept of genetic curses in the Bible challenges us to reflect on our actions and their potential impact on future generations. We're left with a profound thought. What legacy are we leaving behind for our descendants?